Guys, it's Christian Alexander from Basketball bringing you guys a new video, and in today's video we're actually going to be doing a Spider-Man tier list video. Very controversial topic though about a Spider-Man tier list, because I know a bunch of people are going to be like, oh, Andrew Buzz or this or whatever. This is my list. This is my opinion. I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man is my favorite superhero of all time, and I don't know, I just love the character so much. I've been a fan ever since I was a kid, and it even transitioned into me now as an adult. Gonna turn on my light real quick. As you all can see, I have Spider-Man stuff. That's the collector's edition. Well, right there. That's Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 PlayStation. The controller is actually on my bed. I'm not going to grab it though. I'm lazy. Spider-Man Funkos. Those are the web shooters from Disney. That is the collector's edition case. And I think an action figure Spider-Man. That's the 50th anniversary of Spider-Man from Disney. That's just a Todd McFarlane statue Spider-Man. That's a Lego head. That's supposed to have something. And the launch flyer with the deck of cards and the card that came with that same set. But without further ado, we are going to be... we glitched. Okay, but without further ado, let me get into this tier list and walk you guys through on why for a bunch of these. Alright. Excuse me, I'm sorry guys, I'm tired. I just got off from work and I wanted to record this video. So I think the best way for me to do it is explain the movies, the games, and the TV shows. Note, I didn't play a few of these games and I didn't watch a few of these shows, but still I'm going to give it my honest opinion about the character of Spider-Man and about everything about it. Starting though with S tier stuff. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Perfect. Spider-Man 1. I love this movie with all my heart. I really do. It's a great movie. Great intro story for Spider-Man. Great introduction to the character of those who actually never heard about Spider-Man, which is very rare. You hear Spider-Man everywhere. He's everywhere. I love it so much. I love this movie though. It's my favorite movie of all time. When people ask me, oh, what's your favorite movie of all time? I usually tell them Spider-Man 1 with Tobey Maguire. I grew up on this movie like every day. I know this movie like the back of my hand. Spider-Man 2 though is not that far behind. It's a great movie. It's better than the second. It's better than the first movie in way more aspects, like storytelling. How they had the villain was even better. I'm not saying that Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin wasn't great. Alfred Molina's Doc Ock was better. He had the power of the sun in his hand, and how they even did like the Spider-Man No More arc in it. I thought that was cool how they adapted that into live action. The reason though I'm ranking it lower than Spider-Man 1 is because I just love Spider-Man 1. It's my favorite movie of all time. I love it. Spider-Man 3 though, ooh, I'm kidding. That says nah, that's B tier. It was the weakest out of the three. But still great moments. The Bully Maguire scene, I'm probably gonna put it here somewhere. That's an iconic scene. The iconic scene where he's just looking over. That part was funny. I love James Franco as the villain in this movie. I thought that was cool. The fight he had with Peter, that was funny. I didn't like Venom. Sandman was okay. The black suit was awesome though. I loved the webbed black suit. It was fantastic. Moving on to Andrew. Amazing Spider-Man 1 though was amazing. Hence the title. I thought this was a solid revival of the character and doing it differently. This movie was amazing. I love it. The scene where he gets shot in the leg and he has to get to Oscorp to save Gwen and fight Lizard. Everything about that was phenomenal, and just swinging from the crane, one by one. The music, it was great. Sadly though, in my opinion, Amazing Spider-Man 2 did not get that same spark. It did have some great clips. They have some great shots in the movie, like when he's running from Electro in the power plant. I thought that was amazing, like cinematography. I thought that was phenomenal. But the acting, the pacing, the villains, they weren't good. They didn't have the correct drive. Like Electro was a nobody who wanted to be somebody, and he got mad because Spider-Man was on the big screen and was taking his spotlight. That was stupid. Jamie Foxx is an amazing actor, but as Electro, he wasn't that good. It's just, I don't know. I have so many problems with this movie. The bad outweigh the good though in this movie. I'm sorry, it's just not really a good movie in my opinion. The suit though was phenomenal. I love the suit. The suit was great. Moving on to Tom's trilogy. Ooh, where do I begin? Oh my gosh. When he's finally home in the MCU, how do they do it? They do it pretty good. Not as great. They do it, B tier. They do it pretty good. I just didn't like it how he was so codependent on, Iron Man and just like wanting, to do more. I just felt like, I don't know, it was weird. He wanted to do more, but he was basically bothering Happy and Iron Man, and I just felt like he was just like an eager little kid just who wanted to go outside, every day. It was still a great movie, his first, solo movie within the MCU. They could have done it a lot better. They could have done it a lot more like a true Spider-Man movie, but unfortunately they weren't able to. It is better than Spider-Man 3 though, personally. Far From Home though, solid movie. Mysterio carried. I'm not gonna lie, Mysterio carried. Mysterio was a phenomenal addition to this movie, and I like how we got to see villains that we haven't gotten to see yet. So having Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio, ooh, amazing. The way that he completely tricked Peter into giving him Edith, the drone, so he could trick the whole world into having an Avenger level threat, so he could basically, rule. I thought that was phenomenal. One thing I don't like is how they never really called it a Spidey sense. In none of the movies did they call it a Spidey sense. They only made reference to it in the first Spider-Man movie when they're at where they take the science trip and they're talking to the scientists about the spiders, and she makes mention of like, how the spiders have like a unique sense, like a spider sense. That was the only time that they ever called it a spider sense, the first time, and they never called it that at all in any of the other movies. They called it a Peter tingle. Like, come on, like just call it a Spidey sense. It's not that hard. Just use it. Coin it. They coined it in the comics. Just coin it in the movies. His suit though, him making his suit, I thought that scene was phenomenal. I love this suit. I love the colors of it. I thought this was a pretty solid suit. I thought he was gonna have it in No Way Home, but he had the integrated suit, and it was okay. But this movie was great. I saw this movie like 7 times in theaters. Not even lying about that either. I saw this movie 7 times. I saw this movie I saw this movie in a midnight screening before the movie actually came out. Well, one of my friends, he worked at a movie theater. He was like, "You want to go see Spider-Man?" I was like, "Of course I want to go see Spider-Man." And everything I wanted in this movie came true. I saw Toby and Andrew come back on the big screen. I was more happy about Toby than Andrew personally. Seeing Matt Murdock, I thought that was awesome. Seeing Green Goblin back, seeing Doc Ock back, Lizard, hearing the references from all of the other movies was cool. Like when Peter recruits the villains, how freaking Willem Dafoe was like, I'm something of a scientist myself. He said the same thing in the first Spider-Man movie, and I was like, I got that reference. And my friend was like, dude, shut up, enjoy the movie. I'm like, I'm sorry. And plus the suit he gets at the end, oh, it was perfect. It is the perfect Spider-Man suit. Also, that's another problem I have with freaking Tom Holland. I don't like his spider logo. I don't like it. It is not a spider logo. The back's fine. It's just the front emblem. It's like that big. Like, come on. I did like the tease though. At the end, how the symbiote was left from Tom Hardy's Sonyverse. That's gonna be a whole different tier list, and a lot more is gonna be said about that. I did like that. I thought that was cool. I just wish that they did a Sinister 6. They didn't do a Sinister 6. They did a Sinister 5, but I thought the whole point was having the Sinister 6. 3 Spider-Man versus the Sinister 6. If you look at it, it was only Lizard, Electro, Sandman, Green Goblin, and it was supposed to be Doc Ock. And they also had the Venom, so that was the perfect Sinister 6. But they didn't have Venom, and they didn't even have Doc Ock Evil. Like, come on now. I was sad about that. Now moving, so this is my tier list for the live action movie. So, Spider-Man 1's numero uno. No Way Home 2, Amazing 1, Far From Home, No Way Home 3, and TASM 2. I really do not like this movie. I really can't put the animated in the same sort of demographic as the live action because they're on 2 separate playing fields. They really are. A lot of people say, oh, but the animated movies are way better than the live action, but animated is hand-drawn. It takes time. It takes a while, and it's voice acting against in-person acting. It's two different things. But these movies are fucking perfect. I have no problem with them. I love these movies. Everything that was right with Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse did, but times 10. I love the new additions of all the Spider-Man. They did that Spider Society. My favorite part though was when oh my gosh, I have to say everything I said again. Okay. Oh crap. Alright, so I didn't realize that my mic cut out. I don't know at what point it cut out. So I'm just gonna start back with No Way Home. No Way Home, phenomenal movie. Great movie. Love it. Just my biggest problem is Tom's spider logo. And I really didn't care for the integrated suit. I really didn't care for it. You really can't judge, or you really can't compare the Across the Spider-Verse movies, the animated ones with the live action. They're on 2 separate playing fields, 2 separate ones. It's voice acting against in-person acting. You really can't compare the two. But everything that Amazing Spider-Man 1 did, Amazing Spider-Man 1, Into the Spider-Verse did, Across the Spider-Verse did better. The Spider Society, great. When freaking Miguel O'Hara said, "Ay coño, Miles Morales," I was cracking up. I'm not gonna lie about that. The introduction of the new Spider characters, how we have Spider-Punk, Spider-Man India, I think it is. Just all that was phenomenal. I loved it. I'm very excited for the 3rd movie, and excited to see how, what happens with Miles versus the Spots. I thought that was cool. Also, going to Alchemax and the Spot becoming more powerful, that was great. Again, I don't know where my mic cut off, so we're gonna figure this out together. Marvel Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 1, and Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales are all fantastic games. Insomniac needs to take control of the Marvel games. They shouldn't go to any other person, any other game company. it should stay with Insomniac. What Insomniac's doing is perfect. They're creating story-driven games with amazing mechanics and amazing graphics and total and complete replayability, to the point where I could literally play Marvel Spider-Man 2 back to back to back. I'm still playing the New Game Plus. Like, you have the base game and you have the New Game Plus, and you know, you'll have DLC, you'll have all this. Like, Insomniac, please do a Avengers game and do it right, please. There's a lot to be said about that. Spider-Man Web of Shadows, though, A tier, fantastic game. I love the fact that whatever choices you made, whether it was good or bad, it affected the entire game. It affected the ending. Whether where Eddie killed himself and freaking ended the symbiote, or if you let him die. I thought that was insane. My freaking 8-year-old brain was like, I don't know what to do. I did both. I think I beat this game twice. First time on the good side, then the second time on the bad side. Spider-Man Friend or Foe, solid game. I love the multiplayer aspect of this. I love it how you were just playing as Spider-Man with his villains. I thought that was awesome. Freaking 8-year-old me was like, this is never gonna happen. They hate each other. Web Shadows web swinging was great. A little bit clunky, but still great. You really couldn't speed up that well, but it still was at the time one of the best web swinging mechanics we had for a Spider-Man game. Spider-Man Friend or Foe had okay. It had okay. Story-wise, it was great. I don't remember the whole premise of it, but this was a great game. Amazing Spider-Man 2. Going with the live-action movie, it sucked. I really did not like it. I don't like it when the freaking camera was just like so close to Spider-Man. It's like Spider-Man was here, the camera was like right here. It's like, dude, like, come on, like, let me get, like, you know, let me see the whole area, not just see, you know, Spider-Man's freaking lengthy self and like a few buildings. Like, no. I did not play this one, or this one, so I unbiased about these. If these three are good, let me know in the comments. Let me know. I don't know what these games say. My box covers look cool. All I know is that this one says Nintendo, so if it's on NSO, I shall get it. Alright. Shattered Dimensions. Ooh, I love this game. This game I beat like 5 times for sure on the Xbox 360. I loved playing as Noir, and I loved playing as 2099. I thought that was cool. Getting to play as 4 different Spider-Mans across 4 different times. It did trip me up because technically this Spider-Man and this Spider-Man are the same Spider-Man, but it was different. I don't know why. All I know is that this game was cool. I enjoyed it. It had Madam Web. I fought Electro in the first mission here. I fought Kingpin, Hammerhead in the first mission here, Kraven, and Hobgoblin, and I thought that shit was tight. Ultimate Spider-Man though, what the fuck? I didn't even grab this. Ultimate Spider-Man, A tier. The comic book styles for games, I wish they come back. I wish that they do more of it, because Ultimate Spider-Man did it really well. The scene where you're fighting Venom in the football field and it's dark and you see the different comic book panels, that shit was tight. That was awesome. I really wish they did more games like this. The time trials in this game, swinging mechanics were a little bit clunky, but overall I actually really enjoyed this game a lot too. So, Amazing Spider-Man 1. It's gonna be my first C-tier game. I actually really enjoyed it because I was playing it for the PS3, and overall it was a pretty fun game for what it was at the time. I did like the suits were pretty cool. The story was pretty much that of the movie. This one was too, but I don't know, it was still kind of weird. The camera angle and all that. I did enjoy this one a lot more than I enjoyed the second one. I still have it at my old house. It's up on a wall, and I just plan to just leave it there. Spider-Man 1 for the PS2. I think I had it for the original Xbox, actually. It was, for what it was for this first 3D Spider-Man game, not that much to be said about it. It wasn't really that much of a open world aspect. You could only traverse the top part, the rooftops, the sky. The swinging was also really, really, really bad for what it was. I did really like the intro though. The little black box you had with, what was his face? He was in all 3 Spider-Man movies. He was what was he in? He was the announcer for the wrestling arena in the first movie. He was the usher in the second movie, and he was the French guy in the third movie. I'm blanking on his name. Yeah, I liked how he kind of came back and just voiced it. Also, Tobey Maguire also voiced Spider-Man / Peter Parker in this game, and I thought that was pretty cool too. Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3, though, I have the same thing to say about them. The swinging mechanics in this game were amazing. Spider-Man 3, though, I think you're able to do a lot more. You're able to swing, grab onto the flag poles and all that to gain even more speed, and just the way that you're able to just traverse the city was awesome, and it is awesome. I thought that was really cool. And at the time, Josh Keaton is one of my favorite voice actors of all time. He is Spider-Man to me. Yuri Lowenthal is getting there too. Yuri Lowenthal does an amazing Spider-Man. He does. But he just needs a few more games. I know he's doing it in Rivals. If he gets into the animated stuff with Spider-Man, then he'll be great. I didn't really play this one that much, but it's very similar to Shattered Dimensions. The only reason why I'm ranking it so slow is because I have no recollection of me beating this game. I don't think I actually did, but it did have 2099 Spider-Man in it, and I thought that was pretty cool. Moving on to shows, the last thing in our tier list. I remember I've seen clips of this one on. I saw clips of this on YouTube a while back, and I just can't help but laugh and cringe so hard. It's basically a live action show. Not much to say about it. 67 collection, Spider-Man and Amazing Friends, for what it was in their time. It was great. I didn't really get into it. I really couldn't get past the voice acting, and just how goofy it was. Spider-Man Unlimited, though, this is great. It's technically a Spider-Man 2099 type of show. If this could load, there you go. It's a Spider-Man 2099 type of show. It's great. I think this show came out at the same time as Batman Beyond came out, and it was trying to mirror that or trying to compete with that, and it did good. It was okay. I love the suit. I love the suit design. The voice acting in this was amazing. The art style too was phenomenal. This one though was perfect. I really have nothing else to say about it. It's perfect. If you want a good Spider-Man show, Spider-Man 87. And he also made an appearance in X-Men 97 too. Thought that was cool. Oh my gosh, Superior, the Spectacular Spider-Man with Josh Keaton. Peak. Should have gotten a third season. Should have gotten a fourth season. Should have been continued. Got canceled for freaking Ultimate Spider-Man to come into play. And Ultimate Spider-Man, it's not good. It's not bad. It's just borderline okay. That's what B stands for. B stands for borderline okay on tier list. Drake Bell as Peter Parker was good. I did see the Spider-Man as a little bit more goofy. The facial expressions that happened when you know, like he did something. I thought that was kind of funny. The introduction of characters that we saw was cool too. We saw like a young Luke Cage, White Tiger, Nova, Iron Fist. I think that was tight. How they were living on Shield, and how they had like the whole like spider team, Iron Spider with Amadeus Cho, freaking. Oh my gosh, Agent Venom. I was blanking on that so hard. I thought that was cool, but the only reason why this show got canceled was for this show to come into play. And freaking this show is okay too. I really didn't watch this one that much. I think I stopped like halfway through. I want to say either like the first or second season. It's a great show. It's just the animation seems very lackluster. They didn't really seem like they put a lot of time into the animation, and for me, if I'm watching a cartoon, like I have to be drawn by like the animation. Like you see the ad for X-Men '97, it's great. You know, like that's the type of animation that I would want to sit down and watch and binge. And Marvel Spider-Man for Disney XD, it really didn't have that for me. This though, oh my gosh, this was fantastic. I'm not the biggest fan on 3D animated shows. Like I'm gonna get a lot of controversy for this. Like Clone Wars took me a while to get into because I really did not like the art style. I can't get into that 3D animation type of show because it's weird. It really shouldn't work for a cartoon. This one worked, and Clone Wars worked. You know. And overall, it was a phenomenal show. I actually remember back when Netflix first started, this was on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? When Netflix first started, I probably wasn't even, freaking old enough to remember. Let me check. January 2007. I was 5 years old. So yes, I was there when Netflix first started streaming, and this was on Netflix for a while. But then they got rid of it. Just like SpongeBob. SpongeBob was also on Netflix, and they got rid of it, which is bull. But this was great. I really wish they continued. The show continued this series because it was great. And I never watched this either, so that's gonna go on D tier. I have nothing to say about it. But this is my tier list, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what your guys' tier lists are in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video, and I shall see you all in the next video. Take it easy. Bye. All right.